In 1999, President Clinton signed into law the American Dream Act. And the purpose of that act was to provide 5.5 million affordable homes. The home of choice is the manufactured home, because the manufactured home is considered the most durable, quality, affordable housing in the United States. These homes can be built for $30, $40, $50 a square foot. This act became law in 2005. But the problems in the industry have always been related to the installation. About 85% of those problems were faulty installations due to a lack of installation requirements. The homes were being put on trailer piers rather than being put on actual foundations that were engineered for the site, soil, and model of the home.
I've seen piers set up directly on the ground with no wood pad underneath. Occasionally, I'll even run into some little half-inch plywood pads. They'll be rotted all the way through, and those homes usually have maybe 50% of their original structure holding them up. Most of the piers will be rusted out entirely. All 4 legs of the piers will rarely be touching the ground. Usually they'll only be on 3 legs of the piers, and that's pretty scary.
2002, Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae pulled out of the financing end of manufactured homes. What that meant was nobody could buy a manufactured home really unless they have cash or they can get a loan with partial financing. That really hurt our industry a lot. So your land might go up in value, but your home keeps continuing to go down, which is opposite on most homes where we're hoping to appreciate and the value will continue to go up through the years.
There wasn't a lot of real controls with the lending and the sales of these homes. What the American Dream Act entailed was also the Manufactured Housing Improvement Act.
Because of the new HUD laws, SureSafe customers are in a great position because we have the only HUD compliant solution in the industry today. A HUD compliant foundation means that you can get financing.
There's never been a real good method of installing these homes on foundations until the advent of the steel buttress foundation. It's all about the engineering. We take the house, the different loads of the house, the pitch of the roof, the design of the house. We take the site condition, whether that's seismic, it might be frost heave, it might be snow load, whatever that condition is, we engineer to that condition. Then when we install the foundation under the home, it's installed precisely to that site condition and specific model home.
We start out by placing all our material in the location where it'll be set up. We level out the home. We'll usually use a water level, and we'll start from a particular point in the home, and we'll set up our water level there, and then we take it around to all different positions underneath the home, and we'll see what the home's doing, where it needs to come up, and we'll work from there and make the proper adjustments. After we place the bags where they're going to be positioned underneath the home, we'll measure out and see exactly what size pier will be placed on that bag. We have piers in 4-inch increments from 8-inch all the way up to 36. Currently, most homes aren't set up with any kind of structural connection between the chassis of the 2 coaches. We set up the piers and we level out the home. We also install marriage locks, which connect the 2 halves of the home together.
The first thing that we do is we take the structural pier, it's known as a steel buttress, and we attach that to the I-beam. That's connected with a special connector that we developed that has a transfer strength of over 5,300 pounds to the pier. The pier is then locked onto the I-beam. It sits above the grade about 5 inches. We take a geotextile flexible form bag. This becomes the footing. We insert the base of the pier inside that bag about 3 inches. We tie it off with a pull cord into a square knot so that the bag can't slip down the pier.
When the concrete truck shows up, usually the pumper's already waiting, and we'll have the hose set up. We pull it underneath the home, starting from the front of the home, and we'll drag it to the back at our furthest point. And we start filling bags, drag the hose back as we move.
As we pump that bag, it pulls the pier to its center of gravity and forms right to the grade. So we have no irregularities. This is one with the house. Now we've developed a way where the foundation and the house are one, and the irregularities are taken out where they should be, at the grade. Now this is probably one of the greatest breakthroughs, we think, in being able to form footings. And site, soil, and model specific engineering requires cast-in-place concrete footings. Once this sets up, there's really no guesswork, there's no adjustments, and we don't have to worry about if one column is carrying more of a load than another column, because gravity's taken all that guesswork out of it for us. So we've engaged the natural laws of physics.
We usually revisit systems we've installed after a year. And typically when I go out to these homes, I can tell right off the bat, if I haven't even looked at the service report yet, which ones have the permanent foundation under them, because they feel real solid, and customers are always real happy about it. They're often surprised and are pretty happy to tell you how surprised they are at the quality of the foundation they've received.
In January 2007, the new HUD code came into effect, which is going to go a long ways towards solving a very serious affordable housing crisis we have in this country. All of our foundations are galvanized. They're built to ISO 9001 standards, and we offer a lifetime transferable warranty on every foundation that we install. When it comes to manufactured housing, this is really housing of the future, but we're talking about high quality affordable housing. And the only thing that has been missing in the picture all these years has been the foundation solution. So now we have the new HUD code, we have the foundation solution, and we're probably the only company that can come into an existing home and install a fully HUD compliant, site, soil, and model specific engineered foundation in a matter of 4 hours or less.